Hello, and welcome to InfoSec Insights. In the last video, we have discussed governing principles, and in this video, we'll start the discussion regarding a very important pillar of governance, which is security policies, standard guidelines. So let's start. Computers and the information processed on them usually have a direct relationship with a company's critical mission and objectives. Because of this level of importance, senior management should make protecting these items a high priority and provide the necessary support, funds, and resources to ensure that such systems, networks, and information are protected in the most logical and cost effective manner. A comprehensive management approach must be developed to accomplish these goals successfully. This is because everyone within the organization may have a different set of personal values and experience that they bring to the environment with regards to security. It is fundamentally important to make sure that everyone is consistent regarding security at a level that meets the need of the organization. A security program contains all the pieces necessary to provide overall protection to an organization and lays out a long term security strategy. A security program documentation should be made up of security policies, procedures, standards, guidelines, and baselines. The human resources and legal departments must be involved in the development and enforcement of rules and requirements which are laid out in these documents. There are a lot of legal liability issues surrounding these security documentation. If your organization has a policy outlining how it is supposed to be protecting sensitive information, and it is found out that your organization is not practicing, then criminal charges and civil suits could be filed and successfully executed. Therefore, it is extremely important that an organization's security does not just look good on the paper, but in action as well. A security policy is a documented set of rules, guidelines, and practices that an organization follows to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of its information and resources. A security policy is an overall general statement produced by the senior management or a selected policy board or committee that dictates what role security plays within the organization. These policies are designed to protect an organization's assets from various threats, including cyber attacks, unauthorized access, data breaches, and other security risks. They provide a framework for employees, contractors, and stakeholders to understand their responsibility and obligations in maintaining the organization's security posture. Now, a security policy can be an organization policy or it can be an issue specific policy. It may also be a system specific policy. In an organization security policy, management establishes how a security program will be set up and then lays out that program goals. They also assign the responsibility and shows the strategic and tactical value of security. The policy must address all the applicable laws, regulations, and liability issues and how they are to be satisfied. The organization security policy provides scope and direction for all the future security activities within the organization. It must also describe the amount of risk senior management is willing to accept. Functional policy plays a crucial role in ensuring that specific areas of an organization operate smoothly and adhere to established standards and practices. These policies help create a structured and consistent approach to various functions while aligning with the organization's overall goals and values. An issue specific policy or functional policy addresses specific security issues that management feels required more detailed explanation and attention to make sure a comprehensive structure is built and all the employees understands how they are to comply with these security issues. For example, an organization may choose to have an email security policy that outlines what management can and cannot do with the employee email messages for monitoring purposes. Some common functional policies are access control policy. This policy specifies rules for granting and managing access to systems, network, and data. This includes user authentication, authorization, and access rights. Data protection and privacy policy. It defines how sensitive data should be handled, stored, transmitted, and protected. It may also cover compliance with data protection regulations such as GDPR or HIPAA. Acceptable use policy. It sets the guidelines for acceptable and responsible use of the organization resources, including computers, networks, and communication tools. Password policy. It provides recommendation for creating the strong passwords, the importance of multi-factor authentication, and other password management practices. Patch management policy. It outlines procedures how to keep software's operating system and applications up to date with the latest security patches. Vendor and third party management policy. This policy addresses the security expectations and requirements for third party vendors and partners who have access to the organization's systems and data. Now, policies are written in broad terms to cover many subjects in a general fashion. Much more granularity is needed to actually support the policy, and this happens with the use of procedures, standards, guidelines, and baselines. Now, always remember that there is a big difference between policy and procedure. Policy always tells you what you need to do, and procedure always tell you how you need to do. Standards are established criteria, guidelines, or specifications that define how certain processes, products, or services should be designed, implemented, and managed. Now, organization security standards may specify how hardware and software products are to be used. They can also be used to indicate expected user behavior. They provide a means to ensure that specific technologies, applications, parameters, and procedures are implemented in a standardized manner across the organization. Organization standards may also require that all employees use a specific smart card as their access control token, that its certificate and that its certificate expire after every 12 months, and that it be logged out after 3 successful attempts to enter a PIN. Now, an organization may have an issue specific data classification policy that states that all confidential data must be properly protected. It would need a supporting data protection standard to outline how this protection should be implemented and followed, as in that all the confidential information must be protected with AES 256 encryption at rest or in transit. So, the policy defines that how you need to do it in a general way, and standard gives more clarity what sort of protection you need to use. Standards can be developed and maintained by various organizations, including government agencies, industry associations, international bodies, and independent standardization organizations, ISO. Some of the key types of standards includes Technical standards. These standards define technical specification for product, system, and processes. They ensure that products from different manufacturers can work together seamlessly. Examples include USB, Ethernet, and Bluetooth standards. Quality standards. Quality standards specify criteria for maintaining consistent quality in products and services. ISO 9001 is an example of widely recognized quality management standard. Safety standards. Safety standards set guidelines to ensure that the safety of products, processes, and environment. These standards are particularly important in industries such as manufacturing, construction, and healthcare. Information security standards. These standards provide guidelines for securing information and data. ISO 27001 is a well-known standard for information security management system. Health standards. In the medical field, standards health standards ensure patient safety and consistent health care practices. HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, is a prime example of a healthcare data security standard in the US and worldwide. Standards plays a crucial role in various industries by promoting consistency, safety, quality, and interoperability. They facilitate innovation, encourage best practices, and provide a common language for communication and collaboration among different stakeholders. Adhering to relevant standards can enhance credibility, competitiveness, and compliance within the organization or within the industry. So, in this video, we have discussed the concepts of security policies, functional policies, and standards. In the next video, we will continue this discussion and will cover the topics such as baseline guidelines and procedures. So, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. If you have any questions or thoughts, do mention them in comment section. I hope this has been informative to all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.